Hey guys, Slapjack here and welcome back to World of Tank Blitz. And in this video guys, I'll be showing you me mastering tanks. And this is just a new series I'm starting where, as I said, I'll just be showing you guys clips of me mastering tanks. And in this video guys, I'm playing the T-44. I'll be mastering this tank and a platoon with Grenade Girl 16 as always. And you may find it quite hard that I'm about to master the T-44 in probably one of the worst matchups possible. But really the T-44 is one of my favorite tanks of all time, and I'd say this is probably one of the tanks that I'm best at in. So the T-44 is an all-time favorite of mine, and I just really like the style of play. It's basically like a T-54. You can play it like a T-54, only at a lower tier. But in this, your armor counts for nothing as well as your gun. But as you can see, we have some stiff opponents here as Spartans. Quite a formidable opponent. Very good clan. One of the best clans in the game, and just taken out right away. That was a very novice move. I'm not exactly sure what he was trying to accomplish there. His teammates didn't help him out much about that. So I mean, even the best players, if you don't have teammates on beside you, I mean that you can just fall just like that. So it doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't have teammates by your side, you will accomplish nothing. Now, put a shot into the tortoise. Now we just straight up murdered that M103, kind of threw away his life right there. But basically the ST1 couldn't keep up, and neither could the tortoise or the Jagdpanzer. So that's, I think, how he got out of the game so very quickly. We just took him out, and he exposed his very weak side. Now, this is where the T-44 kind of lacks in these high-tier games, is having trouble penning these tanks. But I see that the ST1 has been distracted and is turning his turret right now, so I was about to load APCR, but now I see his side is exposed, so I put a shot into him. And I think we have a free shot on this Jagdpanzer, so I switched to AP thinking that we could pen him, but just before I fired, he angled his side, and we are unable to pen. Now here's where patience really comes in. Now I see that it's red, so I'm not obviously going to shoot, but when he finally turns straight towards me, now I have a clean shot at him. So patience is a true virtue, especially in lower tier games, or higher tier games in this, as you are a lower tier. Now, we just had a great start there. We took out 4 of their tanks, and now only 3 enemies left. And it's 4-2 right now, so you may be thinking, well, this game looked pretty good, but Grenade Girl was just taken out. And from the IS-7's description, they are camping at the lighthouse. So I'm going to try to spot them, and hopefully you can get some spots in and help our allies out. So this game's still pretty secure. I mean, we still have a good amount of tanks, not much HP left, but as you can see, a T-32 is coming up on the hill where our teammates, most of them are over pursuing the lighthouse, thinking that they'll be over there, but alas, they are wrong, and they have made their way over to the main fight where the hill is. Now, I load some APCR here because I'm going to have some trouble penning these guys. I mean, I'm not even going to try to pen the E100 unless he's just completely oblivious. Barely get shot there, almost got shot actually. And I see that the Patton is a very weak tank, and almost any tank can pen it. So I put one shot into him. I think that was a penetration, and I moved back very quickly before anyone puts a shot into me. So basically, at tier 8, you have such low health, and if a tier 10 gets one shot at you, that's a lot of your health gone. So be very careful and preserve your health, especially in these high tier games as a tier 8. Now, as you can see, I have the flank of this M48 Patton. Thinking about putting a shot in the turret, but I wait. As I said, patience is a true virtue, especially in a higher tier game where you're a lower tier. And we wait and put a shot into the Patton's hull. Very nice stuff there. And as we can see, this T-32 has made his way up the hill. Put a shot into his side, and I'm a bit worried about that Patton there. Thinking he might come around on my flank and put a shot into me, but I'm more worried about that E100 being aggressive and moving up and being careless, just wanting to kill me. And finally the Patton's taken out, so that reassures me I can move up with ease and not have the Patton shooting in my back. So basically what I need to do here is I need to keep the pressure up, and looks like our ally just died. That was the last of our tier 10, I think. No, we still have an E5. Okay, an E5 on very low health, I should assume. Because he's camping at the lighthouse. It's just okay. Anyways, I load some HE shells just to try to interrupt the cab. A bit of a novice move there. I shot straight into the upper plate of that. That was a very dumb move there. And there's some more novice moves, but thankfully our T-54 friend puts a shot into the T-32, and that allows me to move up and carefully put an HE shell into the lower plate of the E100, interrupting the cap and saving this game and giving us hope. Now, this is where some really clutch moves come in. I am moving around using the mobility of the T-54, and you just really have to use your tank's strong point against these higher tiers, and if you don't, you're not going to last a second. So I track him to move around very quickly, put one APCR shell into his side turret while he moves, barely gets shot. Oh my goodness, that was an adrenaline rush right there, and I'm waiting for him to move up and get distracted. T-54 moves up and he puts a shot into him, and I put the returning shot into his side turret. Very nice stuff there, and that's pretty much how you carry in a tier 10 game as a tier 8 medium tank. That was a very good game there. I love the T-44. I love how quickly it turns, and there we go. There's our mastery. We have the Defender Medal, the Confederate, and the Sniper. We did a total of 3.6k damage, and considering all the APCR we fired, we only made 317 credit profit. Alright, so now we are taking a look at the second and final replay of this video. I'm playing in the T110E3 on the new Oasis Palms, platooning with Grenade Girl 16 and Air E100. And I wonder how long before I say not the new Oasis Palms. I wonder how long before it becomes not new or not changed. But anyways, enough about the map changes. Let's take a look at the T110E3. This is one of the most heavily armored tanks, or at least frontally, in the game. The side armor and the rear armor is absolute trash. This traverse speed is not so great. Its mobility is just not so great. But it is enough to get around the battlefield and to get where you want to be needed. It's not like Jagdpanzer slow or Mouse slow, but it's not like Object 268 fast. Of course, the Object 268 isn't incredibly fast. I'm just saying that it's better than most tier 10 tanks traverse. But anyways, the T110E3, as I said, has such great frontal armor that its lower plate is almost the equivalent to a tier 8 heavy's frontal plate. It's just absolutely outstanding. And if you look at my T110E3 review, which I'll have a link in the description because I'm too lazy to do annotations, you will find that angling your lower plate is actually a thing, and I have found it to be quite effective. So that is just my little tip to you if you're a T110E3 driver. Do not angle in the Object 268 because that's just stupid. And yeah, and I mean the same goes for Jagdpanzer E100. Anything with a lower plate and just stuff like that. So if the Jagdpanzer was angling his armor, I may not be able to pen him, or I might have a hard time aiming, which would give him time to shoot me. But anyways, enough about that. I put my first shot into the Jagdpanzer superstructure. I loaded APCR because it was necessary. I'm obviously not going to shoot an HE shell into the bricks to reveal their lower plates because that's just stupid. And I'm going to use APCR here for pretty much almost the rest of the game, which is quite bad of me, I know, but I really don't care. Anyways, basically, I'm going to move up here because I feel like I'm quite aggressive. But this is going against everything I'm about to say right now, and it is to never face two opponents, because that means, I mean, the E3 has such terrible track. It doesn't have terrible track traverse, but it doesn't have good track traverse speed, and it has horrible side armor. So track traverse, bad track traverse plus bad side armor equals, you know, a victim of caughting. So you do not want that to happen. So do not face more than two opponents at the same time, because they will have the opportunity to flank you and destroy you, and that's the best way to actually take out an E100. And I like how the Jagdpanzer E100 did not pen me, but the E100 did. Great there. Anyways, so basically, as I said, basically what I'm just trying to get across here is don't let them flank you, because you have bad track traverse, you have bad side armor, so just be careful. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyways, we load an HE shell there to confirm the kill on the E100. Very effective way to take out your opponents, or consistently anyway, with low health such as that. And Carnarvon comes out, bounces my shot obviously. Mouse goes over the hill, takes a shot at me, obviously never gonna pen, and really I felt like this was a bad situation, so I'm gonna have to push on this Carnarvon. I'm sorry, man, and I didn't really have the time to actually properly go around that corner without taking a hit. I had to hurry because I was afraid that Jagdpanzer would put a huge HE shell into me, just one-shotting me. Now, this is where I properly get to angle my lower plate against this Carnarvon and make it quite effective. Now, the T-34 just threw away his life. I was quite disappointed about his move there, but we take out the Carnarvon very swiftly there. And now we have to deal with two giant German tanks. So how are we going to do with this? Well, obviously priorities. Going to take out probably the Mouse first, because he's the one who's, he's the one who's looking at me, so I mean, why not? And this is exactly what I was saying. Don't face more than 2 opponents, because as you'll see, that Yak Panzer is flanking me, and I'm quite nervous about it. So I'm gonna have to push up. I'm gonna have to push this mouse. Oh, that is not possible. Slap attack. What are you doing? Don't even try to fight a mouse, or fight him in an engine power battle. But thankfully, my trusty platoon mate has my back, and I am safe to back up and hopefully get a nice clean shot at his lower plate there. Anyways, I think I over angled there and I exposed my tracks a bit. But anyways, we put 3 solid shots into his turret there. So there's another weak point exposed on the mouse. I think you all know that by now. T110E3 obviously never going to pen the mouse like that. And he bounces, which means we get a free kill on the mouse. So there we go. We've got 3 kills. Quite a quick game. But I mean, the E3 is just really an absolutely fantastic tank for single opponents. And as you can see there, 6,000, almost 6,000 damage. We made a pretty good profit for firing all of that APCR. And there's the comedy part of this video. 4 of our guys did 0 damage, still won. There you go. That's how you win a battle in the E3, only possible. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm sorry it was really cheap, and I'm sorry if this microphone sounds like just like a potato. But basically, I'm using the Razer Hammerheads, and they're earbuds, so I find it actually quite good to be a good microphone quality for earbuds anyway. But anyways, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm not at my normal setup because I'm traveling at the moment, so I don't have my normal mic, I don't have my normal recording system, so I'm gonna have to use all this built-in stuff and such like that. So I'm sorry if this video was rather low quality, but it had to be, and I had to get you guys out a video because I really wanted to say thank you so much for 4,000 subscribers, guys. It really is a big milestone. I can't wait to hit that 5,000 milestone. So anyways, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.